Hey guys, it's Lips and Laughter or Paige. I am doing my 1 year post-op video, only a month late this month. I think my last video was 7, 8, 9 months. So I'm 4 months since my last video. So I'm a little ambitious. I'm actually going to do a series of like 3 or 4 of these videos. This one's going to be an update on where I'm at, what's been going on in the last 4 months. Then I'm going to do another video talking about nutrition and vitamins, because that's always a big topic. Then I'm going to do another video, a loose skin video, which as a pre-op, I was like, that's really what I was searching for, is I wanted to see everybody's skin videos. And as a post-op, I'm like, I don't want to make this video. So that one's going to be fun. And then for a fourth video idea, I might do like a video that explains the SIPS procedure, the loop DS versus a traditional DS, and then just kind of talk about my process through getting insurance approval, and then kind of pre-op, like right after your surgery, and then kind of leading up to 6 months, and then 6 months and out, and just kind of talk about that a little bit as well. I don't know. I haven't done a video in 4 months, and I'm feeling really ambitious, I guess. So we'll see how many of those videos actually get made. But so stats, for those of you that are just joining me, I'm 25 years old. I had surgery last year when I was 24 on November 4th, 2014. My starting weight day of surgery was 367. My highest weight was somewhere in the 370s. I don't know. I try to block that out. Right at a year post-op, so this year, 11/4 of 2015, I weighed in at 160 pounds down. I am now a year and a month out, so it's 12/6, and I didn't weigh myself on the 6th, or today. I weighed myself on the 4th. That was exactly a year and a month out. I was down 168 pounds. And so for those of you that did that quick little math, I am 198 pounds. I broke into Wonderland, which is so fantastic. I am so excited about that. This is the first time in my adult life that I have been under 200 pounds. This is my first time. I think I was over 200 pounds in elementary school, like in 6th and 5th grade. I don't know exactly when I broke that, but I mean, it's been a while since I've been this weight. So that's really great. It's also the first time in my adult life that I haven't been obese. My BMI dropped down to just overweight. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So what's been happening the last couple of months? I climbed a mountain. I live in Colorado. We have what are called 14ers, so mountains that are over 14,000 feet high, and I climbed one, and it was awesome. It was probably the most physically demanding thing that I've ever done, but I set a goal and I did it. I made it to the top. It was such a elated feeling of just accomplishment. And it was beautiful. I mean, the view from that mountain was gorgeous. So that was exciting. I also climbed the incline, which was intense. For those of you that don't know, the Manitou incline is this like, it's basically a set of stairs that's like straight up. So in 0.8 miles, so less than a mile, you gain like 2,000 feet in elevation, and then you have a 4.5 mile hike back down. And it's intense. But I set a goal and I did it, and I made it to the top. I didn't quit. I feel like my strength of will has been one of my biggest growths since surgery. I feel like before I just went like, this is too hard, I can't do it. Like, I'm sweating and I'm getting hot and I can't breathe and this sucks, I'm going home. And I was like, this sucks, but I want to make it to the top. I gotta get that selfie, put it on Instagram. Instagram, right? Like, that was, I didn't just do it for the selfie, but it's that, like, I have set a goal and I'm going to make that goal. So that sense of will, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, that strength of will, has been a huge accomplishment for me. And I love it. I love it. It's great. I love that I'm setting these goals for myself and I'm making them. So that's awesome. I also flew on a plane, which I'll talk about in a little bit. I went to England and Ireland. I visited my aunt. She lives in England. And then we went over to Ireland and had this great little... We rented a car. We were on the wrong side of the road. It scared the bejeebies out of me. I almost cursed. I think I've cursed in my other videos. But anyways, it scared me that I was going to die several times. But Ireland is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I would go back in a heartbeat. Ireland is amazing. I had so much fun. It's so great to not have that anxiety that I had when I was overweight about fitting into chairs and trying new things and fitting into airplane seats and all of that. I didn't have that, and it was such a wonderful vacation. Honestly, it was really great. As far as health-wise goes, my 1 year blood work, I think everything was good except for my vitamin D. My potassium was low last time. I think my potassium made it into a normal range. My B12 was high last time, and it's back into a normal range. Not that having B12 high is a bad thing. But my vitamin D was dangerously low. My doc told me to start taking vitamin D at 6 months out, and I didn't listen to him. I got some before I left for England, and then just didn't take vitamins at all when I was on vacation. I was gone for like 2.5 weeks. And then I was like really inconsistent when I came back, so I was surprised that my vitamin levels weren't as wonky as they were. But so I was taking 5,000 IUs of vitamin D. He put me on 50,000 IUs of vitamin D for the next month, and then we're going to retest, which is coming up soon, actually. So yeah, I need to be better about my vitamins. I kind of asked about fat-soluble vitamins because that's something that I've been concerned about. I just want to make sure that I am eating enough fat to have my fat-soluble vitamins absorbed. And he said, well, if you haven't been taking your vitamins very well, and we know vitamin D is low, then the rest of them are low. So take your vitamins, and we'll test you again. Well, I mean, I think since I've been consistently taking my vitamin D. Okay, I haven't been doing that great with my vitamin D, but I was doing better than before, which I know some post-ops who are watching this are really shaking their head at me because they're like, girl, you're going to the hospital because you've had terrible, you're not doing that. I don't know, people get hospitalized for having vitamin deficiencies for DS, and so I guess I'm a terrible example with this. I need to be better about my vitamins. So I think that when I start consistently taking them, I think that I'm going to make them test my fat-soluble vitamins, because he seemed to not really want to do that, just because I guess it's a really expensive test, and the vitamin D is a good indicator. That if your vitamin D is normal, then the other ones are probably normal. I don't know that I feel safe with that. So I think when I start consistently taking my vitamins, like I'm going to be starting a new resolution as of right now, I'm going to be taking my vitamins better. Once I start doing that and I know that I've done well, I would like to test them and just see where I'm at. I'll keep you guys updated on that, where that goes. But so, yeah, other than vitamins, which I'll talk about in another video, I was having some bloating, every time massive bloating. I guess it wasn't some bloating, I felt like I would gain 3 pant sizes after I ate, and I talked to my surgeon about that, and he seemed a little concerned, but he said, well, I think that you may be eating too fast. I kind of talked about my work, so I work in a hospital, and I don't have time to sit and have 5 to 6 meals in a day. But if I only eat 3 meals in a day, I'm not getting enough to be able to work out later. So so 3 meals a day is not good enough for me to be able to work out, and then I don't have enough time to do 5 to 6 meals. So I'm kind of in this like conundrum. So I have to eat really fast on my breaks, one, because I have a certain amount of time that I have to be back. And I'm also drinking water as I eat, and that's a big no-no. For those of you that know, and for those of you that don't, it's a big no-no. You're not supposed to drink at the same time. One, because it fills up space in your stomach. It can stretch out your stomach, but also it turns all your food and liquefies it, and it moves through you a lot quicker. That's the reason why I'm doing it, not necessarily to stretch out my stomach, but without drinking water, I cannot eat enough in my small break throughout the day to have enough calories to have an effective workout later. So I've kind of been working around the rules of the tool or whatever, my stomach. I've kind of been working around my stomach a little bit in order to get enough food and enough calories in to have an effective workout. So that's something I need to work on, because I shouldn't be doing that, because yes, it can stretch out your stomach. So anyways, I've kind of digressed from what I was originally talking about, what my surgery said about bloating. That's something that I will work on. I guess I'm going to talk about that later in my video, talking about the DS and the overview of it, and what you hear from people online. So don't follow what I just said, and don't try to work around it. Be a good post-op person, okay? All right. But so anyways, he's like, because you're eating so quickly, because you're drinking water with your meals, I think that may be why you're bloating. So I kind of tried it out. I slowed down. I didn't drink any water for about 20 minutes before and 30 minutes after, or whatever. I just avoided water around lunchtime. I didn't really calculate or like, okay, now I can't drink water. I just avoided water around lunchtime, and it sort of helped, I guess. Not really. I was still really bloated. So I started a sugar detox. Well, that's one of the reasons I started a sugar detox, for a lot of different reasons. One being that my nutritional education that I got was kind of lackadaisical. I just got really shitty nutrition advice, and when I think of carbs, I think of breads and pastas and cakes and cookies. I don't think of fruits and honey. Like when you're like, oh, it's good for you, but to me, when I'm like calculating in my head the amount of carbs that I've had in a day, I just wouldn't realize that those are carbs, just because I don't count sugar carbs. And then I get to the end of the day and I look at my MyFitnessPal and I'm like, where the heck did 30 to 50 grams of carbs come from? Like, I didn't have any bread today. So it was, for me, it's doing the sugar detox has been like, it's been huge. I have found that there is sugar in mayo. There is sugar in, like, if you buy that like the ranch seasoning and make your own ranch, there is maltodextrin in there. There is sugar in taco seasoning that you buy in those little packet things. There's sugar in shredded Parmesan cheese. Cellulose. Is that right? Yeah, there's sugar in Parmesan cheese. I don't know what it's called. The cellulose might be wrong. But it's everywhere. And it's crazy. So, yeah. That has really helped with my bloating. Sorry, I got off track. I keep getting off track. That's really helped with my bloating. I started it on Monday, and it's now Sunday, and I still have a little bit of bloating, but it is nowhere near what it was. Actually, in fact, this last week, I have had more compliments or more people who have been like, I'm really starting to notice, you're losing a lot more weight, or you know what I mean? They'll say something than I've had in the last 2 months. So, and I think it's because I haven't been so bloated. Also, I've lost, I think, starting the beginning of the week, I was 203, and I'm now 198, or I was 198 on Friday. So I've also lost 5 pounds in a week, which I feel like a lot has come off of my face. Yeah, 5 pounds. Woo, I can do math. Yeah, woo, math. my 5th grade teacher is proud of me. So I guess another thing, wow, this is already 20 minutes long. Another thing I wanted to chat on really quick are people's comments. I'm not really sure how to handle them, but it's something that I've started to notice, is that people are like, wow, you are so thin, girl. Like basically, like, when are you going to stop? And it's like, when when I tell them that I still have a good 30 to 40 pounds before I'm close to a normal BMI, I think that they are really surprised, and they're like, oh, you are way too skinny now. And I went to a weight loss surgery support group, and this, she just wants to be in every video. And this girl was like, oh, like, I don't think you need to lose any more weight. And I'm like, I think that's none of your business. I did not say that. But I thought it in my head. I don't know. I feel like anybody's, like, comments on my weight, either good or bad, like, I need to stop losing weight, or, you know, I don't know. I feel like, people need to just not make comments on other people's weights. I think it's rude. I think it's completely inappropriate. You have no idea what I'm going through. Just don't do it, people. Okay? Also, so going back on, reasons why you do this, you do surgery, you work out. I think that it's important to change the reason why you're doing something. So, like, going to the gym, I talked about that earlier. It's important to go to the gym because you want to get that feeling of accomplishment, not because you want to lose weight. You know, you want to eat foods that are healthy, not because you're going to lose weight, but because they are nutrient dense and it's going to make your body happy. I had this surgery because I wanted to be able to do active things that 20-year-olds are doing, and lose weight and get healthier. But I think that focusing on non-scale things is important for mental health. So I'm going to end this, or my mental health, anybody's mental health, because let's generalize everybody right now. So I made a list of 10 non-scale victories that I am happy for, and I would love it for people to start doing this if they want to. Put them on Instagram or Tumblr, or just send them to me in a private message if you want to. I love it. I love all the messages that I've been getting. Hello, new viewers. Welcome to my crazy life. But so anyways, so 10 non-scale victories. I talked about going to England and Ireland. I didn't have to use a seatbelt extender, which was amazing. I fit into the seat. The tray came down. It was great. It was really great. I mean, I hate flying. I get really claustrophobic, but the fact that the person next to me was not touching me was even better. It was fantastic, and it helped me. This is my number one non-scale victory. For me, it was the biggest and most touching thing, I think, and it creates a lot of freedom for me in my mind that, like, if somebody in my family got sick, I could go to them, and I could be there, and I wouldn't be hindered by airplanes. I haven't actually ever told anybody in my family this, or anybody ever, so let's share it with strangers in the whole world. When my mom got sick, she was dying, and my family's like, you need to get out here right now. And I hopped on a plane, and they didn't have enough seatbelt extenders for everybody. There was like 3 of us on the plane that needed them, and they were talking about kicking one of us off, and I almost didn't make it to see my mom to go say goodbye, and that terrified me. The fact that that could have happened because I was overweight, that I couldn't go say bye to her. So I bought my own seatbelt extender, and the fact that I don't have to take this with me anywhere, that I can, like, sell it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I kind of want to sell it, but then I'm like, I kind of want to just keep it for just because, like, I don't know. Anyways, it was amazing that I didn't have to use it. It was amazing that I didn't have to buy, I did buy this, but I didn't have to worry about it and doing that and having that freedom of the mind, that I could go to anybody in my family right now if they needed me, and be there in a couple hours. Like, that's huge for me. That is huge for me. So, anyways, I can cross my legs. I'm actually, or I was earlier, I'm not now because I have a cat in my lap, but I'm sitting cross-legged. And so both of those, being able to cross my legs, like one leg over the other, and that's a comfortable seating position for me, is a huge non-scale victory, but also being able to sit crisscross applesauce or whatever. I think Indian style is kind of racist, so don't say that. So sitting like that, though, my legs would go numb immediately, and I can do that with no problem. Stadium seating and cars. I went to a hockey game the other day and had no problem sitting in the stadium. The seats were fine. I didn't feel like they were tiny. I didn't feel like I was squished. It was amazing. Sitting in my car, my steering wheel, I don't come anywhere near that now. I can like put my leg up if I want to and sit there and drive like that, and that's pretty awesome. Anxiety about meeting people and going to places, that has gone down massively. I kind of touched on that a little bit, talking about my trip to Europe. That's been huge for me. I had a lot of anxiety about fitting into places, fitting into seats or breaking things, and I don't have that, and so I don't have to be worried about going to new places and trying new things. I saw this one online, which I thought was really great, which I didn't realize I did, and then I'm thinking back on it, like, oh, I totally had to do that. So I don't have to hold my breath when I bend over to, like, tie my shoes or pick something up off the floor. I can remember now thinking back on it that, like, tying my shoes, if it didn't happen immediately, like, I'd have to, okay, and then go back to it, because I couldn't breathe, because I had so much weight just, like, pushing, and I couldn't breathe. So the fact that I can bend over and tie my shoes and hang out like that in yoga is fantastic. I also had cystic acne. So my legs were really big and they touched. My legs still touch, but like my legs touch, but they move. So there's a lot more friction in there. And when I was so overweight, I think that they just didn't move very. Anyways, I had a bunch of cystic acne between my legs, and on the back of my legs, and all of that has gone away. And I think that was really something I was self-conscious about. If you're going swimming or whatever, had to get really long shorts. One, because booty shorts, I mean, if you can rock them, that's great. It doesn't matter what size you're at. Like, if you can rock them, rock them. But for me, like, there's no way I could have done that. It was just made me super self-conscious that I had pimples down there. And that's no longer a problem for me. For those boys that are watching and that think I'm cute, I have no pimples. Ever. Anyways. So walking into stores and I can find a size that fits me. I know that I'm going to walk into a store and I'm going to find something that fits me somewhere. I am now a size 10 pant and a medium top. So, I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, I spend so much money on clothes. I've spent, through this whole process, I dropped so much money on clothes. And I feel like I have tried not to, and it's just somehow, like, because you have to pick up shirts. You have to have shirts. You have to have clothes to wear, and it's crazy, and you have to replace everything. So, but the fact that I can walk into any store around, and I know that there's going to be something that fits me in there, is an amazing feeling. I love it. I love it. My wallet does not. Running has been a huge non-scale victory for me. The fact that I can do it and I can sustain it. The fact that I can do it is a huge thing. Yoga as well, like I was talking about being out of breath, bending over. I can do poses longer. It doesn't hurt certain joints. And like I can do pigeon. I couldn't do pigeon before because like I talked with crossing my legs. I think I would just, because I had a lot of pressure in there because of the fat. When you're like bending joints, I think it would just cut off circulation and like my legs would just go numb. So I couldn't sit in pigeon for a while. And now I can do pigeon and do it in yin yoga. And because yin yoga, you hold poses for like 5 minutes and have no problems. So I love that. I love yoga. I love that I can do yoga better now. I'm gonna read my handwriting for a minute. I'm trying to get this done. This is such a long video. But so another huge one for me is that I'm living life. I'm not living life from the couch. And a large part of that is that my body doesn't hurt as much as it did. I talked about this in my last one. So it's not that I have more energy, I don't think. It's just that maybe I do, but my body doesn't hurt as much as it did. And so I am so much more active, and I'm doing more things, and I'm not anxious about meeting people and going new places, and I am out there living life and climbing mountains and flying on planes, and it's amazing. The surgery has been such a blessing in my life, and I know some people have bad experiences with it, but I have nothing but good things to say about this surgery. It has changed my life in such drastic ways. I cannot wait for the future. I cannot wait to see what my life holds. And it's just, I have such an amazing freedom because of the surgery, and it's an amazing thing. So anyways, this is the longest video ever. Thank you guys for sticking all the way to the end. I hope you guys have a lovely holiday season. Anyways,